Day 3 of my Halloween series, where I'll be sharing either a sweet or savory treat each day this week leading up to Halloween. So today we are going to share the zombie head meatball sliders. So just with some brioche slider buns or any slider buns, we're going to lightly toast them in the oven. I believe my oven was probably about 180 degrees Celsius. We would then want to put on some cheese. I just done a quarter of a slice of cheese. You don't need too much because the meatball is going to be so cheesy in itself, but you do want a little bit of cheese just to help it stick, and put on some sauce. You can see that the cheese is different. I forgot to do the sauce. I did put these back in the oven, but just do the cheese and then the sauce, and then it can go back into the oven for that cheese layer to melt and the sauce just to heat through. Now I did remove the tops because you just want that on the bottom. And now with the meatballs, I got 500 grams of beef mince, a couple of handfuls of diced mozzarella cheese, some pepper, 1 egg, and a couple of tablespoons of breadcrumbs just to get it combined. I didn't worry about too much seasoning or flavor in the meatballs because I just wanted it to be just a classic beef cheesy with that pizza sauce as a flavor, just your classic meatball sub essentially, but as a slider. And then we want it nice and cheesy. One thing I did do on accident, but I wish I did do that on purpose. So you would see one meatball. So the last one I played up here, the cheese is positioned in a way where it's perfect for the face, where these two aren't. I would have specifically placed the cheese where I would place the eyes and the mouth, because one, it just looked a whole lot more zombie-like with the cheese goop coming out from what we're placing with the mouth and eyes compared to the other two, but that's okay. This is what I'm using for the facial features, the eye and the mouth. They're just some dark olives, and you can see me now placing them inside of the cheese area, and it just looked better and it was easier to stick. So that I didn't plan to happen, but in future I'll definitely plan to have the cheese in that kind of area, at least 3 pieces, and obviously more cheese around because of brains and whatever else. So that was just a little thing to note if I were to make them again, or if you decide to make them, is to try and position the cheese where the faces look. Now, also, I gotta be honest, in some angles, it just looks like a blob, but other angles, I do feel like it looks really cool, like a zombie head. I don't know what you think, but they were delicious regardless. These are just a quick clip of the other little sides or treats I've made this week. Let me know what you want to see next. Happy Halloween.